Yo, this is Conan. You're listening to World of Wrestling podcast with Tax and Rich. Boom.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the World of Wrestling podcast. My name is Rich, and as always, I'm joined by my good buddy Tax Williams.
How are you doing under this joyous lockdown?
I'm doing okay, man. Like I've gone a little stir crazy. I swear, I'm working my arse off. And how are you, man?
I'm doing good. I'm £10 down from the last time we pod, which was good
look
for
at
doing
you.
all the.
I think I took on your £10, mate.
It's nice that we share,
Yeah.
but I'm trying to make sure that, as we said last time, I'm making the best of my time. So if we can get back in a wrestling ring at some point this year, I want to be able to go. I don't want to be in the situation where I'm going to have 3 months to get back cardio. I want to be there, and that's helped by doing obviously the Insanity Max 30 that I'm doing, and also, as we mentioned on previous pods, Coach Wicked doing everything at Set Go Gym. Not only is he doing the stuff at Set Go Gym, but it's for free. So if you've got 10 minutes, 15 minutes, you're thinking, oh, I'm feeling a little bit sluggish, just crack on one of those, find them on Facebook, Set Go Gym, give it a follow, give it a share, give it a like. It will change your mood for the rest of the day. It'll put you in a real good positive frame of mind.
Fucking A, man. The few days I have found time to work out, I've really appreciated it. And shout out to our boy Coach Wicked. Did a little interview this week with a certain Tax Williams.
Yeah, on Coach Wicked's Instagram Live. He's going to be doing Friday Night Wicked going forward. I was very privileged to be the first guest. It was good fun talking about my career in wrestling. I
really enjoyed it. Like, I knew most of it, but there was little bits here and there I picked up on, and he delved a little deeper and maybe things we haven't had a chance to on our own pod, you know? It was good.
Yeah, and obviously we went in quite a bit of detail about the OWE bits. But this week on Friday, if you follow Coach Wicked on Instagram, he's going to be joined by Will Power, a friend of the show.
Yeah, about to say, pod regular Willpower. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man. I'll definitely try and find time to watch it all. I didn't get to the Q&A bits, unfortunately. I got a little bit lost in Instagram because I'm not an Instabod, so what can I say? But I'll definitely try and check it out next week.
Yeah, but something we did check out this week was Progress Chapter 100, Unboxing
Hell
4.
Yeah. So we're doing Progress, obviously. We are relatively local to London, so this is a major promotion. I think that we give them credit for that. That on the British indie scene that has links to WWE, that we have an intriguing relationship with. I think that to start the pod, we have to talk about our history with Progress.
Yeah, so shortly after we started the World of Wrestling podcast, I noticed that Adam, who does all their social media at Progress, really nice chap, really switched on, really good at what he does to promote that brand. He was looking for podcasters, interviewers to come along and cover the Hello Wembley show. I noticed online that we had the opportunity to put our names forward to go and cover the show, and I did, and we were invited along to cover it with a lot of other decent podcasts. They didn't discriminate against listeners, views, subscriptions. They just listened to what people had done, and if it was of a decent quality, they invited them along. And it was a fantastic experience being there. And that show itself, the atmosphere being at a BritWrest show with near 5,000 people in attendance at Wembley Arena was outstanding. And that main event with Tyler Bate and Walter was excellent. But when you went back and watched the show, that main event saved that card.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. It's harsh, but it is true. That main event was basically a one-match card, you know.
And
there was things like the ladder match, for example, between Eddie Dennis and Mark Andrews was good, but they had the tables wouldn't break, and so it just completely ruined the match, and it became a laughing stock, unfortunately, which kind of sucks because those guys put themselves through hell for us, you know.
Yeah, and I think the thing which we've noticed with some of the bigger Progress shows is that they now have a tendency to run quite long.
Sure.
In general, so unless you're fully invested in the storylines, and I think that's the problem that Progress are still going through that transitional time, which is why it's quite interesting to look at Chapter 100 as Jim Smallman's last show. Mm-hmm. But I think with all the talent being part of NXT UK, or their top talent being in NXT UK, or for certain talents, they're not allowed to utilise them, nudge wink David Starr.
Yeah, fucking A.
Allegedly. You know, it's only going on pure speculation. But it's just, it seems to be in a bit of a lull. It's like after ICW sold out the Hydro, or well, I don't know if they sold out the Hydro, but they did good numbers at the Hydro, and then ICW just, everything dropped. And now you've seen like OTT come along, and then from a British and UK and Irish wrestling promotion, OTT seems to be really stepping up as the next big player.
Sure, they've had a couple of huge main events and such, that I've noticed, and we reviewed one of their shows. It was good. It wasn't brilliant, but it was good.
No, and it was good fun. But I think with Progress, from my standpoint, and we've been very open about it, I love the concept of Progress. Progress is a fantastic promotion. They've always been very good to us, and I will always keep dipping in and out of their products. And again, we watch this on the Progress On Demand service. If you're new to the service, they've got a 2-week free trial at the moment, so you can sign up, see a lot of the cool stuff they've got on there, as well as all of their own, along with all of their own sort of Progress chapters up to where we're, I think it's like 104 now that we've got up to. And it's well worth it for the content that's there. But from my standpoint, from when I got into Progress to where I am now, it just doesn't seem as fluid as a promotion.
It's weird in that it's definitely lost its shine. The first 50-odd episodes of Progress, I think, are some of my favourite wrestling storytelling, booking, promoting, whatever. The branding and such, really, really clever, unique. Absolutely adore it. One of the things that really got me involved was that branding to start with. Seeing that Progress logo and being like, what's this? And seeing it was based at the garage in Highbury, which is down the road from my dad's house, and thinking, holy shit, this is like a local promotion for me. And we joke about how they claim to be the only promotion ever to run in London, and that's absolute bullshit, obviously. There's been hundreds of promotions that have run in London over the years. But it was fucking awesome. It was so good. We've been to 5, 6 live Progress shows now?
Yeah, and I think in all seriousness as well, the things that have semi-hindered sort of our interaction with the product, not necessarily the people who run it. Some of the people who run it are a hindrance to it, because I remember shortly after we went to see Progress at the Ballroom, I think you tweeted Briley, didn't you, and said, wouldn't it be really good to do more regular shows at bigger venues so more fans can get in? And
yeah, it was genuinely innocent. Just I don't understand why you don't do this. You're selling out tickets in seconds. Why don't you try and do a bigger room and pay the guys? That was my suggestion. And he was frankly incredibly fucking rude back to me. And I was like, all right, I won't tweet you anymore. Jeez, I thought this was meant to be interactive and fun, but he wasn't very happy about my suggestion.
But I think that's the thing with Briley in general through the social media interactions. He doesn't take centre stage, but I think he's obviously very, very passionate about his product. So I know, again, we've spoken on previous pods how when Progress started up, that you offered some of your experience in recording, filming, video editing, to just a few little things to help them on their way. And again, they were very...
Let me explain, just so make it really clear, and so I'm not putting anything out there that isn't true or whatever. When I first watched my first ever Progress show, I kind of saw the potential and was like, this is fucking awesome. This guy Jim is amazing. They seem to have something really good, like a good ethos going. And they were doing the the Marty Scurll, Nathan Cruz stuff at the time. And putting Marty Scurll as your main eventer was the best thing Progress ever did, because no one else was doing that at the time. And I remember going, okay, this has got huge potential, but the production looks like shit. It sounds brutal, because they get a lot of credit for their punk rock ethos or whatever. But to me, it's it was unwatchable, and there was little bits of editing that lost that great thing about professional wrestling, which is emotional manipulation. And even to this day, there's things on this which I will point out on episode 100, chapter 100, whatever, where I'm just if you'd have just extended that a little bit or cut to that sooner, it would be 10 times better. Wrestling's all about moments, and that's what they were missing. So I basically sent the Progress account on Twitter. This is right when I first started. This is way before the other tweet or whatever.
I mean, this was...
I sent them an email. Sorry, I did it privately.
This was when they were still at the garage, wasn't it? This was before they moved to the Ballroom.
This is before anyone knew what they would become eventually. And I just saw the potential and realized how local they were to me. And I was like, dude, I'm just up the road. If I can help with editing in any way, just give us a shout. I do this for a living. And I just literally got a very short email back that went, we do everything ourselves. Don't message us again, basically. And I was like, oh, okay. Yep, fine. No worries. That's a shame, because your product looks like shit in terms of editing, but, it's what it is.
I mean, what do you know now that your combined Wrestle Talk videos have had over 1 million views?
Sure. I mean, they know talent when they see it. What a cunty thing to say. Oh, I love myself.
I don't know. I just felt the need to put that over 1 million views of your content.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah,
It's outstanding.
It blows my mind. I don't understand how that's possible. But I never thought it would be possible. I owe those guys a lot. Yeah. Anyway.
But a million is divisible by 100, so let's get into the card.
It's not like Progress are doing bad by themselves, to be fair. But, I mean, if they learnt what a denoiser was, they wouldn't have that huge fucking hum in the background the whole way through their shows.
Are you sure that's just not Glenn getting Pitch Perfect ready for the next musical production?
Literally, the whole way through this show, if you listen to it in headphones, this is what you hear. As you're watching pro wrestling, I'm like, I had to EQ it out. It annoyed me that much. I'm like, dude, it's one thing. And then until you drag across, push the slide to the right, hum's gone, nothing else changed. It's so simple. Anyway.
I mean, would you believe it as an untrained ear? I just cast it onto my TV and watched it and had, unsurprisingly, no technical difficulties.
Sure, because through a TV speaker you hear a lot less stuff. You know what I mean? I'm sitting here with headphones on because I've got my daughter upstairs, and it's I'm usually watching this stuff at late at night because I'm doing insane editing hours at the moment. But it is what it is. So, imagine how many people listen to this through headphones.
Oh, I know. I'm definitely in the minority now who really does still just sit there and want to watch it on a TV rather than a PC or a tablet of some description.
Sure. Should we run through the show a little bit?
Yeah, let's go for it.
So, 30th of December, 2019, very last show of 2019. It's Progress 100. This is Jim Smallman's last show. I believe it's also Davey Starr's last show as well.
I think so. I don't think he comes back after this. I haven't seen him mentioned on any cards.
Because of the whole WWE link and how they can't use him. Because, I mean, let's face facts. He should have been their champion with that big fucking show we went to in London. What was the big one?
That was one at Ali Pali.
Yeah, it just should have been him, but it ended up being Eddie Dennis. But we can talk about that when we get to the match, I guess. So our commentators for the night are Glenn Joseph and Matt Richards. What do you think, buddy?
Very good. I've always liked Glenn because he's really passionate about the product, as you'd expect, as one of the founder members. And sure. I do like Matt Richards, and also Fraser Thomas, when he was in and out of commentary on this show as well, was really good. I like all three. I think it works with a nice dynamic. I think from a commentary booth standpoint, where they're standing for the whole show on the stage, I like that. I think standing and doing commentary is better for all-round vocal projection. I do find that when I'm commentating on shows and it's live, I'd much prefer to stand if possible, but if you're in a fully seated area and I'm standing behind you just chatting away about wrestling, it can be very off-putting for the crowd. So where they're on the stage and they can stand, the setup's really good. I think it works really well for them. And again, there's no fancy dance stuff when you're at the ballroom. It's here's our table, here's our desk, and we're off to the races.
Yep. All that sort of stuff I absolutely love. They've added a lot of mist and lighting to the show since the last time I was there, which obviously they seem to have picked up from Riptide in Brighton.
Yes. Because
they now have an affiliation with them because they're on the same Demand Progress and stuff, aren't they? And I will say the Riptide guys do everything how I think it should be done. They are fucking awesome. I've dealt with them quite a lot recently, and they're legends. They're really, really cool.
Riptide really go for movie wrestling, don't they?
Yeah, and I bought a ticket to a show, couldn't go because of work or something else. I sent the guy a message being like, look, I'm sorry, dude, I don't want a refund or whatever, but if there's anything you can do, let me know. Gave me access to their streaming service for free for a week so I can watch the show that I paid for. Said he'd give me a free ticket to the next show. I'm just like, fucking hey, man, you went above and beyond to accommodate me. So yeah, I really, really appreciate that. And he didn't know I worked for Wrestle Talk or whatever. There's no favors here. It was just this is what he offered me as a fan. Just one email. What a fucking dude.
And it's one of the promotions that I think when we can get back to being in these public gatherings, Riptide's one that we're going to make a road trip down to go and see and visit live and experience it in person, I think, isn't it?
Fuck yeah. And you know what? I'm not even going to cash in that free ticket. I will pay for another ticket because they were so cool to me. So there we go. So don't steal our shit video at the beginning because, Briley has to get his shit in at the beginning of every episode. Progress logo. Go on.
It's not as funny as the old don't steal this stuff.
Why did they get rid of that gimmick? It was great. Now they've got this shitty, semi-Dr. Disrespect 80s bullshit, and I'm like, even that's edited badly.
I think it's because they've got Bill Ever in it, and based on what he's been doing over the last couple of days on the social media, I think, probably best he's not involved in anything.
Yeah, interesting. He had a few things reported about him recently that I'm not so keen to talk about, to be honest. I don't want to promote the cunt, but
No, probably best not to, and the fact that he promoted another piece of crap as well on his
Exactly,
little
yeah.
video calling people out. It's all got very messy on wrestling Twitter. It's almost like lockdown's getting to people. But we are on New Year's Eve, the last Progress show of the decade.
Yeah, it's pretty cool stuff. I wish it had lived up to the hype. We watched this because I was like, right, we've both got a bit sick of Progress over the years. Let's be honest about it. We came out of that show, Ali Pally, going, there was some good stuff, but it's not what it used to be.
Don't charge me for fucking expensive tickets when there aren't seats for me to sit in.
That too, but yeah, they've done that a few times for us. That's what it is. But we did this because it was like, all right, let's give them another chance. This is that's a home promotion for us. It's the simplest way to put it. It's one of the biggest. It has the most potential. It has everything going for it. It's just not what I want it to be.
No, from where I stand at this moment in time as a wrestling fan and what I enjoy to consume, because again, as we've said on the pod before, our time to watch professional wrestling, now we're parents, we've got quite demanding jobs, it's not as great as it used to be. So if we're talking like even 5-6 years ago, if I was sitting down for a weekend, I'd probably watch maybe 2-3 pay-per-views a weekend. Just to enjoy wrestling, chuck it on in the background and have a lovely time. But now I watch probably what we're going to cover for our pod each week, and then I might have a bit of time to watch the network just to see some of the non-wrestling stuff they've produced. Like last night I was enjoying looking back at the Steve Austin, the best moments on the network, which is cracking. I really enjoyed looking back at all that and the evolution of Austin's character. But I don't have time to sit down to a near 4-hour show when I come out of it at the end going,
Yeah, exactly. It's with this show, it's definitely a spectacular. They've got a lot of the old guys coming back because it's Jim Smallman's last show and everything. And that's one of the reasons I wanted to give it a go as well, and that there might be some nostalgic storytelling and such, but there's almost fuck all storytelling on this show.
I think my problem at the moment with Progress is, as you said, from a nostalgia standpoint, I just want it to be how I remembered it. And that's through no fault of theirs, because if they...
Maybe even to evolve to something that is new or different, but it doesn't feel like that. It feels like it's just gone downhill.
But I think that is what we're going to see a bit more when we come back. Because if anything, and let's be honest, nothing good can come out of what's happening in the world at the moment, but it gives promotions a chance to have a reset. All the creative minds in any wrestling promotion has probably now booked the next 6 to 12 months of their shows already and have the stories set and which talent they want, have probably reached out to that talent to say, here's when we provisionally want shows, here's what we want to do. So it's given everyone the opportunity. I liken Progress to how I used to enjoy the UFC. UFC was really, really good to me, and then my interest in it just waned because there became too much of it, and I found it was a little bit, it's not as accessible. And when I want to go and watch a wrestling show, I'm really glad that they always sell out. But as a wrestling fan, I don't want to have to be sat there at lunchtime pressing refresh in the hope I can buy a ticket.
Yeah, I get that.
That's just my lazy approach to things.
Well, I mean, they must look at that from their perspective and go, yeah, dude, we must be doing something right, if that's the case. But
I would hope that after we can start running shows again, that this will be when you really start seeing the new direction of Progress. I think having Matt Richards involved is going to be a really positive thing for Progress Wrestling, because where you've had the original three juggling their time with NXT UK plus Progress and all their other avenues, if they still do anything else outside of that, it must be an absolute drain on your creativity, because you can't put all your good ideas into Progress and put your half-assed ones into NXT, because it's the big boys. They want your best, but then you can't replicate your best because it's been used somewhere else. So they want to try and stay original and creative.
Yeah, I mean, this comes back to like, the whole conversation about them not wanting to do big venues. And I remember them talking about wanting to be like the PWG of the UK and such. And the big difference between PWG and Progress is PWG didn't sell the fuck out, and give all their talent away and not book the guys they want to book because they don't have the choice, And that seems to be the point Progress have got to now, which I think is a major difference,
I wouldn't say they've sold out their talent, because I think if you got to the stage where you're a wrestler and you had the choice to say, here's a contract to come and work X number of dates for Progress, or here's your contract to come and work X number of dates for NXT UK, you can't do both, then they'd sign for the WWE.
But the simple fact is it's made their product shit since they did it.
I think that's because they haven't had time to really develop new stars. And that's why you've seen the sudden rise of Cara Noir, and it's why you would have been able to see, again, whether or not I agree with his union concept or not, but having David Starr as one of your pillars of your promotion is a really, really good thing. Apologies, I've realised that I just leant forward and I went pillars, so that might have spiked badly on someone's headphones.
Nah, don't worry about it. It's all right. Sounds all right to me. Right, let's get into the show, dude. So Jim Smallman's already in the ring. An absolute legend of a human being, let's face facts. Like, he may say things that I'm just like, meh, about or whatever. But as an MC, as a compere, as the guy that runs the show, that he's vital to Progress. And this being his last show, I think I just want to sing his praises a little bit. I think he's fucking awesome. I think he's very funny. His stand-up comedian routine does brilliantly in Progress. It just works.
He's always been really, really kind to me, and he had no right to be. Even before we started doing this pod, even before we got to go up and cover Hello Wembley with them, I'd sent him messages. I'd send him DMs on Twitter about things to do with commentary and wrestling. Like, please look at my stuff. Please tell me what I can do better here. And without fail, he would always respond to me with constructive criticism, things I could do better, things he liked, things that he felt would work. And he's always been, as we've said in previous pods, if you're near him at a show, even if he's about to go into the ring and do the next part of his MC gig, he'll always be like, you having a good time? Enjoying it? He genuinely cares about the wrestling fan and wants everyone to have a good time. I genuinely feel that if you went to a Progress show and left and Jim Smallman said, did you have a good time? And they went, not really, he'd probably be heartbroken.
Yeah, maybe so, man. I have no idea. I would say the only interaction I've ever had with him personally is outside of the first Brixton show they did. He walked past me, I said, thank you, Jim, and he stopped, shook my hand, and then went, yeah, cheers, man, thanks for coming along, and then just kind of walked off, and I was like, holy shit, he didn't need to do that. That was nice of him. So there you go. What a lovely lad. We're in the Electric Ballroom in Camden, London, England. Home of home for me. I grew up around the corner. I love this place. I love the venue. It's just the best. I wish it wasn't full of smelly Progress fans, but but it's just the best. It's music venues and pro wrestling. Fuck yeah, works so good.
What's your favourite gig you've seen at the Ballroom?
I've not seen many gigs at the Ballroom at all, man. Oh God. Best gig at the Ballroom. See, I get confused between the Ballroom and the Palace. I saw what are they called, for God's sake. Yep. What's your favourite gig at the Ballroom Tags? I'll remember that name in a minute.
Well, I've got two. One was the favourite, but then, sometimes in music where people do what some wrestling promoters do, and then you suddenly go, I can't really feel a bit bad listening to that. But Brand New, when they were there, were excellent.
In the same vein, I saw Miocene there, so that was like the similar sort of music back in the day.
But my favourite show for funness, Goldfinger.
Oh yeah, they're awesome. I saw them in Brixton with Real Big Fish and stuff.
Yes.
Great. Anyway, so fucking awesome venue. If you get a chance to go to a wrestling show, a whatever show at the Ballroom in Camden, yeah, do it. You'll have a great time, I promise. It's in a basement. People don't realise a lot of the time. You have to go downstairs, and there's no windows or anything. It's very dangerous if there is a fire or a problem, but it's kind of, that makes it fun. It's the risk of going to the ballroom.
Yeah, but putting your safety on the line and potentially a fire disaster is fun.
The entrance is tiny. Like, you'd be fucked if there was a fire. Like, you would be absolutely burned to death. So there's a huge build-up of noise, and for Jim's last time, at the beginning of the show, he goes, hey, and there's a huge pop, and, then he just proceeds to talk a lot. Did you get a time on this? How long he talked for?
I didn't get a time on it. I got time for when the first match finished and when the second match started.
Go on.
But so, well, we were 45. The first 45 minutes of the entire card, I had one wrestling match.
Yeah, sounds about right. So before we get into that, so he does this whole thing where he gets everyone to stand up and says, if you've been to 10 Progress shows, sit down. If you've been to 50 Progress shows, sit down. And we get to 100, and there's just Gadge, British superfan, standing there in the front row going, I've been here since day one, mate. And yeah, Gadge, what a legend. I don't know if you follow him on Twitter, but you should, because he's just the best.
But then one of the main takeaways from Jim's opening monologue for this show was that a lot of the... Well, actually, no, let's go back. If you're unfamiliar with the concept of unboxing, as we said at the start of this show, you don't know the card.
I'm not even sure we did mention it was an unboxing show, but...
Oh, no, the concept of unboxing, it's their end-of-year show. You don't know who is going to be there, what's on the card, what matches are on the card.
Sure.
So
I've been to one, and it was one of the best shows I've ever been to, because Marty Scurll comes out on the ramp and takes Zack Sabre Jr. out of a box as his tag team partner, and I was like, that was fucking great.
And I'd say it's similar to when they do their 80s shows. It's aimed to be a bit of fun between the Christmas and New Year period.
Sure.
It's a good way to get some of the old talent back, people you haven't seen for a while, and it's a good chance to expose new talent at these unboxing shows. But what Jim mentioned during the opening parts of it is that some of the plans they already had for the unboxing had fallen through because a couple of talent were ill. So Toni Storm was supposed to compete, and she was supposed to wrestle Ginny, but Toni Storm was sick, so she couldn't attend. And for that reason, the first match on the card on unboxing was supposed to be the pre-show match, but they got bumped up to the main card.
Yeah, sure. So there is one bit in when Jim's having these little conversations. He mocks a dude for being a YouTuber, so he's now dead to me as a human being. So there we go.
At least he's not a
I'm just
podcaster.
kidding. Sorry?
At least he's not a podcaster.
Yeah, fucking A. So Jim really does hit every cliche about Progress and its fans in this banter. It's kind of great. He does eventually get onto the concept of the show. He talks about unboxing, blah, 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 blah. And then we get to our first match. We get no entrances. They are cut from the show, which was meant to be the pre-show match, as you're talking about. Because of illnesses, we jump into the first show. So it's a tag team match of Jerry Bakewell and Mercedes Blaze versus Cassius. If we were in Mexico, he would be in Exotico. What a fucking awesome dude. And Neo?
I got it as Nio.
Nio? I think it's Nio. Oh, I'm not sure. It's a difficult one. I would suggest a name change immediately, because if you don't immediately know what the name is, then it's difficult to pronounce. And yeah, just so you know.
Cassius is...
That sounded like such a dick comment, but it's true. You should have a simpler name.
Cassius is outstanding, and I've seen
really
Cassius
good. Really good.
On TV shows, if they're having people like spot wrestlers come on to do things, like they had a League of Their Own, which is like the James Corden, Jamie Redknapp, Freddie Flintoff show on Sky One. When they did wrestling, they had Cassius turn up for that and have him grind against Jack Whitehall.
Oh, nice. Sounds good.
And we've seen Jerry Bakewell before on a previous pod show, haven't we?
Have we indeed? Because I thought I recognised him. I quite like the guy, the character, the gimmick and stuff.
Yeah, because he was on... was it the OTT show Jerry Bakewell was on?
I don't remember, Tax.
Anyway,
I don't remember at all. Sorry.
Mercedes Blaze was really, really good in this as well.
Sure. I mean, it's a Progress match done by people who need some experience.
Yeah, and you could tell why these guys were going to be on the pre-show to start with. But
sure.
I think having a mixed tag for your opening match with people who have definitely seem to have no working knowledge of each other, and then the pressure of being told, oh, by the way, guys, you're on the main card. I know it sounds silly saying that you're on a pre-show versus you're on the main numbered show, but you can imagine that's probably quite a big deal, because a number of people want to be on a numbered show. As the OJMO says, last year I was on the pre-show, now I'm going for the title. It either irks people that they're on the pre-show because they think they're better than that, or it's a fantastic opportunity for exposure, like we saw the guys at Ali Pali, whose names was it the Nick, who was one of the tag teams on at Ali Pali? Anyway, let's move on because I can't remember.
So, I mean, the match is good. It's a bit messy here and there, a bit head droppy. They're trying to put something together beyond their means almost, you know what I mean? But it's nice to see the aspirations and such. And yeah, you just feel happy for the guys. They told quite a good story considering what they had. I would say that I find it really interesting that you mentioned that this was a mixed tag, and I hadn't even thought to point that out. I love that we've got to that point in pro wrestling where it's okay now. No one really bitches about it anymore.
No, not at all. I do find, as you said, the sequences in this match were a little bit clumsy, for lack of a better term. But what's really nice was that the Progress fans at the ballroom were really into it. They were really egging everyone on, being really, really horrible to the heels, being super, super nice to Nio and Cassius.
Yeah, Progress fans, before they're a few points in and, you know, they've got a little bit jaded as the night's gone on, I think they're fine. I think everyone goes in with the best intentions. It's just as the show goes along, oh my God, I wanted to murder a few of them, but, you know, it's what it is. So I'll happily have all four back on any card ever. I think all four are really, really good, and they've got a lot of potential. I think Nio probably needs the most work out of the four. I think that's fair to say.
Yeah, and I think Blaze and Cassius were the real... I mean, again, it's saying there's the standouts in four competitors, but I think they were on par with each other as a standout. Sure. They'd be the two I would expect to see come back sooner than Jerry Bakewell and Nio.
Yeah, sure. I mean, there is a beautiful fisherman's suplex by Bakewell for the finish onto Nio. For the 1, 2, 3, and your winners are Jerry Bakewell and Mercedes Blaze. I really enjoyed it, to be honest. Did not hate it at all. For an opening match with some people that probably need some experience, I can't expect more than what they did. Yeah, it was good. I actually wouldn't have minded a bit less than what they did, to be honest.
It was nice, and at this stage, I thought, if this is going to carry on at this level, I'm going to be in for a treat.
Yeah. So, holy fuck, I just read what the next match is while I was doing this live. So, Ref Joel comes out and is a gangster now? What's this gimmick? I've missed this completely.
He's just... I think this might be a throwback from one of their shows earlier in 2019 where they did like the throwback show. I think that was his little character now.
So,
match 2.
Yeah, so Jim stalls for a little bit because they've got some technical issues backstage, apparently. Another 10 minutes later, Jim is still stalling. He does a really good job of it. He's even joking about the fact that he has to stall. It seems that someone's laptop needs to be restarted backstage. Does that person initials maybe be JB? What do you think, Dax?
Well, as someone in the past who might have had to reboot my own stuff at SCPW shows quickly, I'm not going to be...
We've all been there. I'm just taking the piss.
I'm not going to be one to judge, but I like the fact that they're all using Macs still because they're known to be reliable.
Yeah, fucking hell. All the people at Wrestle Talk use Macs apart from me and Pete, so yeah, I fucking hate them. So it's what it is.
As I record this on my Mac.
We had to buy Laurie a new Mac this week because his one broke, but it is what it is. So entrances this time. Hooray! Big Roy's in the house. They're like, yeah, old school Progress. This is awesome. We are in for a Waste Man challenge, Tax.
Everyone loves a Waste Man challenge.
If you're not a Progress fan, you don't know what this is. It's a battle rap. And usually they're really fucking great. There's been some absolute banter one-liners. I remember Mark Andrews absolutely destroying Roy Johnson in one of them.
And Lycos is also very, very good at these.
He's awesome. So, I mean, we'll skip through quite a lot of this because there's a lot to go over. But we get Ligero of the non-L variety and enters. Current Progress Tag Team Champion, the fucking ugly belt, Scotty Davis. Chris Ridgway. No Fun. The Anti-Fun Police are both in. Yay, I fucking love those dudes. Gene Money's also here, who is over as fucking Progress suddenly.
Gene Money for Super Strong Style 16. Nudge wink.
Apparently so. There we go. So I would say at this point, Gene's belly flop entrance is fucking hilarious.
And his nipple clamps.
Yep. The tape over his nips and stuff. Like, yeah, it's good.
And
I'm
also
not sure how much I like him as a wrestler, but the gimmick's over.
Yeah, and that's part of the battle, isn't it, really?
Sure.
And also
Didn't know all about
Lycos
that.
was part of this as well.
Yeah, I was gonna, and Kid Lycos. Now I didn't know if I think this is the first Kid Lycos, right?
Yeah, this wasn't Joe Nelson Lycos.
Okay, good stuff. Because he has a doctor's note to say he can compete this evening in the Wasteman Challenge. Well, it's literally a bit of paper where he's written doctor's note on it. So I mean, that's funny, but yeah.
Good start.
Doesn't come across in a podcast very well, but it's what it is. So the Wasteman Challenge commences.
The winner of which gets to pick the stip for the next match.
Yeah, sure. I forgot that bit. Sorry. So I've written down some best bits. Should we fly through them?
Yeah, fine. Go for it.
Okay. So Jim's reading out a note written by Ligero that claims El Ligero is and has always been Mexican. Fucking banter. Genuinely funny. Deputy Dunn asks Santos to drop a beat, and Santos goes I fell out my chair laughing. It was so fucking funny. If you don't know Santos, he's basically a big fat dude from Birmingham somewhere, I'm assuming, who does a Mexican luchador gimmick, hence the Mexican music. Yeah.
Exactly. And he's not from Birmingham. He's from Mexico. See
Sure he
Ligero
is.
and Generico.
Him and Ligero having a conversation was fucking hilarious. Anyway, so Gene Money has bars of positivity. A moment of genius happens. While Lycos is rapping, he does a finger gun and goes "Brrrr," like that, like most gangsters would do. And then, absolutely living their gimmick, the anti-fun police react like it was a real gun. Holy shit. Like, this was not planned. You can tell this is not planned because they react to each other and then go, he's got a gun. I'm like, holy shit, guy. This is everything I love about pro wrestling.
I feel sorry for Santos that he recently got fired from Anti-Fun Police.
Oh, did
After-
he really?
After Sergeant Suplex and Millie McKenzie ratted him out for becoming the funniest wrestler in the world.
If I could just have, like, their matches and moments lined up as, like, a long story, God, that'd be good. You don't go through all the other bullshit. But anyway.
It's what Fandango and Breeze were trying to be in WWE when they
Sure.
were Fashion Files, wasn't it?
Absolutely, man. So Lycos eventually gets on the mic and absolutely buries Ligero. Lycos also gets a huge reaction out of a line to Dunn that I completely missed the reference of. Did you get this one?
No.
It was a line about someone. I think it was a line about a girl that maybe we should have known about, but I like literally the whole place is like falling about laughing, and I'm like, I didn't get that reference. Sorry.
No, I missed that chapter.
Yeah, weird one. So Lycos declares himself the winner. Can he do that, Joey? And chooses a reverse battle royal TNA style. Holy shit.
What's been nice though is that in, let's say, the first 99 chapters, that Progress they've often joked about holding a reverse battle royal, and now we finally get to witness the marvel of the reverse battle royal.
Yeah, this is a very long-term thing for them, kind of teasing it for years and years and years.
This and Jim
So-
Duggan.
Yeah, sure. So, what are the rules, Tax?
The rules of a reverse battle royal is all the competitors start on the entrance ramp, and you are eliminated if you're thrown into the ring and both feet touch the mat.
It's fucking ridiculous.
And I will be
It's
pitching
so
this for
dumb.
every wrestling promotion I work for in 2020 and 2021.
Jesus Christ. So Jim says the match is super fucking sexy. You're like, what? Queuing? Stupid, sexy Travis Banks is here. Do you want to talk about this gimmick? I think he's ripped you
This-
off, Tax.
I was going to say it's the most over for me Travis Banks has been, because I thought, I'm looking in the mirror, but I'm not as chiseled as Banks.
Oh, he's very Val Venus, thrusty, happy, sexy Travis Banks. He's great. I enjoy this gimmick. It's probably the most over he's ever been with me, to be honest.
All I can describe since Sexy Trav came out, this became, for lack of a better term from my theatre studies days, homoerotic.
Oh, yeah. I'm totally into it. So, what the hell is happening? Banks declares a dance-off. So many gimmicks in this match. It is hard to keep track of them sometimes.
I was hard.
It's it's over as fuck with me and the crowd, to be totally honest. I was really loving it. It was hilarious. Ref Joel whips off his red shirt to reveal a fishnet wife beater underneath. Wow. Oh, fucking hell. Anti-Fun Police are just the greatest. Everything in this match they do is perfect. I can't just say how good they are.
Having Santos bum done. That's great.
Beautiful stuff. Banks declares a conga line to the ramp to get the match started. And we get a Briley cameo. Yay. Are we going to talk about it, or are we just going to skip over it so I don't shit all over someone who's been pretty good to us, to be fair?
Well, Progress Adam's been good to us. Jim Smallman's been good to us. Let's skip over it.
I'm sure Glenn's lovely too, so... Now everyone is on the ramp. The bell rings and no one knows what the fuck to do. Jim reminds us, you are eliminated when you're thrown into the ring and both feet hit the canvas, as Tax has explained to you. Has the dumbest rules of all time. And immediately, Scotty Davis and Chris Ridgway need a murder clown.
Wait. You say it's the dumbest rules of all time. You mentioned the promotion earlier. Are you not thinking of King of the Mountain?
What was that? Wasn't that like a reverse ladder match?
So basically, you had to hang the belt.
Yeah.
To be able to...
But then immediately take it down to claim it, right?
You had to hang... I think you had to hang the belt and then go for a pinfall, and then you could win. And if you were pinned at some point...
No, it was the other way around. You had to get a pinfall to be able to be eligible to hang the belt.
That was
to
it.
win.
And if you were pinned, you'd get put in the cage.
I forgot about that bit. Oh, I remember like AJ Styles being pinned once, and then the ref tried to drag him and put him in the cage. AJ being like, "What are you doing?" And like genuinely seemed like he didn't realize he had to go in the cage. Oh, fucking hell. TNA, God, can we just do a TNA podcast? I'm sure it'd be fucking funny.
Well, I was going to send you a message earlier because I saw something online, and I looked back at the roster from TNA in 2009, and Jesus Christ, creativity completely fucked that company up, didn't it, based on what they had on that roster?
Yeah, you look down the list of the guys they've had over the years, it's fucking mental. I think at one point, right, like, just in terms of name value, they had Ric Flair, Hulk Hogan, AJ Styles, Samoa Joe. Like, you just look down the list, it's crazy.
I'm just going to see if I can find this.
3D, like, fucking... Sorry, go on.
I took the picture and then I deleted it because I didn't send it out to you. Where's it gone? I don't want to stall too long on this. I think I've deleted this a long time ago, a few days ago. Here it is. Oh, how's that? That's not the TNA. There it is. So TNA roster in 2009, headlined by Kurt Angle, Samoa Joe, Sting, Monty Brown, Booker T, Scott Steiner. I mean, it's insane how many people in there. You've got people like Doug Williams. You've got Rob Terry.
I mean, as a person to be on a poster or to be like, holy shit, that's a big dude. You know?
AJ Foley, Jeff Jarrett, the Dudleys, America's Most Wanted, Bobby Roode, Beer Money. Yeah, it was insane. But I've digressed from stupid rules. So reverse battle royal, and as you said, Ridgway and Scotty Davis needed Murder Clown. Buy Murder Clown's merch when we can.
Fucking A, man. They look so bad. Ligero dives, everyone down but misses Trav. Trav stops, looks about, and sells anyway, like he's done before. It's still funny. Santos and Ligero communicate in perfect Spanish, like I mentioned earlier. They sound a bit like a Yorkshire accent in that Spanish there, Tax.
It's just where they're based. You know, they've got the local twang.
Totally. Yep.
It's fine to refer to it as a bath rather than a bath.
I also didn't know that I could speak Spanish.
Hola.
Because, I mean, they're talking to each other in Spanish. And I can perfectly understand what they're saying. It's great.
It's amazing what you can do with Duolingo when you're during lockdown.
I mean, Ligero and Santos are just genius together. Santos is too fat to chase Ligero around the ring. But Ligero goes all the way around and accidentally bumps into Santos after doing a full loop around. So Santos eliminates Ligero. Gene Money eliminates Santos. Banks pulls Trunks down on Gene. Gene goes for a top rope splash with his trunks around his ankles still because he's a fucking idiot apparently. Tripping himself up, who falls viciously into the ring, eliminating himself. 100% on the cornet meter at this point is one thing I've noted down. I mean, it truly is. This is just the most ridiculous shit ever, isn't it?
It was enjoyable when it got started.
Sure, yeah. So, blah, blah, blah. I'm just going to... Oh, so there's the one thing about this match is that Scotty Davis and Chris Ridgway are basically having an MMA kind of like sparring session on the outside while all this ridiculous, silly bullshit's going on in the ring and around the ring.
It's almost like Scotty Davis has gone, I've done my little dance at the beginning. That's it for me.
Yeah, let's kick the shit out of each other while no one gives a fuck about it. I mean, if that doesn't sum progress up, I don't know what does. I gave up at this point trying to work out what was happening, so let's just do the last eliminations. So Trav Ridgway marking out eliminate Ridgway, Moustache Plex. Are you watching Vince McMahon chant was quite funny. That's the one chant of the evening that I popped for.
Yeah, and I assume he wasn't because he's too busy trying to sell to ESPN.
Absolutely. So the finish comes when Davis gets done in, but Santos catches him, pops him back on the hardest part of the ring. Dunn kicks Davis and shoves him in the ring for the win. The winner is not Jim Cornette. So the Anti-Fun Police now get a tag title shot, I think is the deal here, yeah?
Yeah, that's it.
Awesome. Everyone takes the theatrical cast kind of bow at the end of the match. I'm just like, that's pretty funny.
I enjoyed this probably more than I should have.
Sure. Match of the night. Absolutely. 100% match of the night for me. This was great. I loved it.
It's not for me. The tag, the pre-main tag was it for me.
Sure. So Chris Roberts is here and gets booed out the building because it's Chris Roberts in progress. It's kind of
a small one then says you come in at Ali Pally hitting people with stunners and a destroyer and they love you and you just turn up to do your job and you get booed.
Genuinely one of those kind of inside jokes between fans that kind of make things great like this. It's really, really fun. So it's going to be next up Ilya Dragunov, fucking A, and his drums accompanying him.
Once ruined in 2018.
Indeed. Versus Kyle Fletcher. And I was
with a mask.
Oh, yes, please. When I saw that these two were going to be up against each other, I was like, fuck yeah. Didn't really live up to the hype, though, did it?
No. I just don't know if either the guys were carrying an injury at all. It just didn't seem, or maybe it was just not a great chemistry from competitors in ring, possibly.
I mean, it's third match of the night. It's a bit of a dead spot as well to put these two guys in this. Like, this seems like you do a feud for a year and then have these guys wrestle. Not like, let's just do a random match between the two.
This should have been the treat of the card. This is a thing that people should have been waxing lyrical about when they were leaving the show. This should have been the... Hang on, we are British strong style. This is what this should be dealt with by two people who aren't British.
Yeah, if they're not going to be able to do like, Dunn Bate, for example, which would be a Progress Super Show main event sort of thing, or like a Zack Sabre Jr., Pete Dunne, or whatever, that's caliber of match we know Progress could deliver and have delivered in the past. Why not put these two as like high up, potentially main event and give them half an hour? I would love to have seen it personally because I'm a big fan of both guys.
I don't understand how the booking of Dragunov has been working in Progress. And again, I think this is just victim of being signed to NXT UK potentially. Because the whole storyline leading up to Dunn versus Dragunov at Hello Wembley was phenomenal. It's just built, and as we said at the time, we said when we covered it in our archives at worldofwrestlingpodcast.com, when we covered Hello Wembley, they should have had Dragunov go over so strong and then start running through that Progress roster, and then they would have had their top level main draw heel.
Well, Dragunov was like the outsider, the guy from WXW, from Germany, from Russia, wherever you want to, I'm not going to say his gimmick and all that sort of shit. He was like the guy we'd all heard about but not really seen much of, It's like that outsider threat, and it's so easy to run with that, and it's a real shame Progress didn't seem to immediately. They've done the whole Cara Noir Ilya Dragunov feud that I saw a lot of good things about. I haven't seen enough of it to really comment, but I will say Kyle Fletcher has put on maybe 3 or 4 of my favorite matches in the last few years.
Considering when did we see Aussie Open? What show did we go to when we saw Aussie Open together?
I don't know. One of the earlier shows. I think I first saw them in Camden.
I was thinking, didn't we see them Did we see them at an IPW show? Possibly.
Oh, I don't remember, to be honest. I know I've definitely seen them a bunch of times now. And I remember the first time going, they're all right. And then slowly and surely, Carl Fletcher, specifically for me, has become the guy. You know, I think the other guys, what's the other guy's name?
Mark Davis.
Mark Davis, I think, is very good as well. He's a very kind of good Japanese-style heavyweight kind of wrestler, you know?
Yeah, I think because Davis is still out injured at the moment, I get the impression, which has been one of the best things for Carl Fletcher because he's been able to really develop as a singles wrestler without being part of Aussie Open. That's not saying I didn't start to enjoy the work of Aussie Open. Again, at Wembley, they were really good. But it's just, and considering that Davis got so badly injured in that match and still carried on, you know, these lads are tough cookies. But Fletcher has, from being, like you said, not really on my radar or not really of interest, in the last 6 months has really, really pushed on.
Yeah, considering Carl's Australian, I would love to personally see him once everything's back in swing in New Japan, underneath like a guy like a Jay White or a Will Ospreay, one of those two guys.
Good shout.
He fits perfectly in with those set of guys. But if you see him next to them, he's fucking massive. Carl Fletcher's a big dude. Doesn't come across like that always. But like if you put him in the ring with a smaller guy, like a Taiji Ishimori, he would outweigh Taiji Ishimori by like 2 times the amount. You know, he's a big dude.
And I think that we'll probably everything's going to be delayed now by 6 months to a year on where these wrestlers would have been. But I wouldn't be surprised if come Wrestle Kingdom 2022 that Carl Fletcher is part of New Japan.
Yeah, I mean they've done a few runs as Aussie Open in the junior tag and such. I definitely want to see Carl Fletcher back over there soon. I think Mar Davis as well. I think the New Japan have a really good potential to expand into Australia and their growing wrestling indie scene to become like their main promotion because they are so local, being Japan and Australia. It's really not that far.
Also, on that subject, can we get the Iconics in Stardom?
Yeah, fucking A. Let's just put the Iconics everywhere. They're so good. What the fuck WWE think they're doing about not booking those two? Anyway, whatever. A lot of people don't like them, and I just don't get it at all. But anyway.
I love the Iconics.
Sure. So let's move back to the match. We've got Ilya Dragunov against Carl Fletcher. I'm going to be totally honest. I tried to sit back and just enjoy these matches and not take too many notes. But the one note I have immediately is I am trying to ignore the crowd so much. There is constant back and forth chanting and it does not end. Angry face.
Yeah, it wasn't good. I did not enjoy it at all.
It's so distracting. I don't get like why people feel the need to chant constantly and not pay attention to the match and cheer or boo or whatever. But I mean, we could do this all night because this is just constant with this crowd.
The problem that we have, especially in this match, is where people are really latching on to Fletcher, but also really like the Dragunov character and the in-ring work. So where we've got no storyline, it's just clearly a spot match, they're going to cheer for everyone to show the respect. And then again, don't get me wrong, I am completely in the same boat as you. I find it so frustrating to try and sit back and enjoy a wrestling match if it's purely just dueling irrelevant chants.
Yeah.
I don't mind a boo yay because that's fine because there's something going on in the ring. But
it's reacting. It's not just chanting for the sake of chanting because they think they have to make noise constantly.
If they were cheering basically every time Dragunov's chops and lariats basically landed because they were just hard as hell as always, that I'd be on board with it because, as you said, if there's purpose, chant. If you're just doing it because it's funny, don't fucking bother.
Yeah, because it's not fucking funny. It's really fucking annoying to like 90% of people in the crowd and everyone watching at home. Anyway,
please don't get this wrong. This isn't just because we're not there in the atmosphere. Because when we've been to Progress shows before,
I've wanted to throw shit at people. I've annoyed by them so much, and I'm not a violent person, you know. Anyway,
I like a torpedo, Moscow.
Yeah, if that fucking slow clap cunt is at the next show, I'm just going to walk out, I swear. Anyway, you know, the big guy, everyone knows what I'm talking about. If you've been to a British wrestling show, he's always fucking there. Anyway,
that's because he hasn't worked out enough to be able to move his hands fast enough to clap normally. That's him clapping at full pace.
I'm sure he's a lovely bloke, but fucking hell, I wish he'd stop trying to clap all the time. So, let's get through it quickly. Slow build, stiff fucks, Jesus Christ. A Brett Ropes Michinoku driver by Fletcher. Nice. Strike exchange on the knees, building to their feet. It's a war of attrition between the two with a decent build, less of a dead spot at the end of the card. This feud down the line could be very, very good. There's lots of potential here. But Dragunov goes coast to coast. Ubi Singa! Torpedo Moscow, the running headbutt for the 1, 2, 3. And your winner of the match, Ilya Dragunov, and his rhythmical drumming. I hate that
in your
music.
face, Sting.
Yeah, sure. Fucking A. So, I mean, what you were saying about this being essentially face versus face is what it really comes down to. And the fans kind of chanting for the sake of chanting and not really know what to do. I mean, copy and paste for the entire rest of the card, pretty much.
Other than the next match.
All right. Well, we'll see. Well, let's get into it. So, is there anything else you want to say about Fletcher and Dragunov?
Would have been really good had they had a proper build.
Sure. Give him a story. Give him a year. You know, maybe adding Cara Noir here and there sort of thing. And if you can, bring an Ospreay for a spot show or something, you know. Fucking hell, that could be good.
And
You know,
get Cole Fletcher to New Japan.
Mate, stick OJMO in that little group as well, and you've got like 4 or 5 top guys feuding over a belt. Fucking hell, that'd be awesome. No, I didn't include our current Progress Unified World Heavyweight Champion, Eddie Dennis, comes out next. And his opponent, who now comes out, remember these are all surprises, we're not meant to know who these matches are going to be, is the OJMO. And oh my God, is this kid over?
I like the fact that they had the throwback to when he was basically knocked out by, on Twitter recently, where he was knocked out by Dunn when he was ring crew.
Oh, did he? I missed that completely. Awesome.
So
this kid is special. He's tiny. He can work. He's got all the facials and the emotion in the ring. I think I've seen him on the No Fans Monday show that Russ Talk did. And yeah, I haven't got enough nice positive things to say about the guy.
The first I came across him was before Super Strong Style 16 in 2019. All 8 competitors were interviewed on the Pro Wrestling Show. This is when Will Gavin and Jonas were doing it along with Alex McCarthy before he's gone off with, like, grab the ball and run with it while Jonas and Will Gavin concentrate on the NFL stuff.
Sure.
But just listening to the OJMO during these interviews, he was literally on character, basically putting himself over, putting over the tournament, whereas a lot of the other guys who may have not had national exposure, because none of them had at the time, it was a case of, yeah, it's going to be great, it's a real great chance for me, and he was like, no, I've got to win it. I'm going to win it because I'm the best of these guys.
Yeah, that's what I always get from his character as well. I believe what he's saying.
Yeah.
You know,
And
even though I know it's not real, I'm easily suspending my disbelief, like I'm watching a movie or a TV show or something, because he's so into his character. It's so endearing, you know.
And it comes across really well. So
Yeah.
it was a nice surprise to have him going against Progress's unified heavyweight champion.
Sure, a fun idea. Like my notes before this match, this has all the potential of being a classic. You've got a young up and comer on the rise versus an established kind of bigger dickhead heel sort of character, and I've literally just written underneath it, well, let's see. So I'm going to put this as a question to you rather than a statement, but it's going to come across a little bit biased because of the way what I'm going to ask you. So are the fans booing Eddie Dennis out of hatred or fear of this heel, like you want a heel to be booed? Or are they booing him out of sympathy for the attempt to make him a top heel?
Ooh,
Because I could not stop thinking about it.
That's tricky because they want to support Eddie Dennis, and this is the thing as well. Eddie Dennis, as a human being, is such a nice guy. I've met him a couple of times. He's a lovely chap. He comes across brilliantly in interviews. He's the perfect person you'd want in any locker room in any form of professional wrestling.
Is it not knowing that this is what I've always assumed about him, because I've seen him interviewed and I know his old stuff in Progress, obviously, that stop people from truly hating him, hating the character?
I think it's very difficult to hate the character, and as you said, the belt was put on him. It was nice that they remembered that someone had a title match from Hello Wembley, at Ali Pali
Yeah.
this year, so that was
Sure.
a very, very good fourth right there. But the general consensus through Progress fans and wrestling fans in general who saw that show were very much of the opinion they've put the belt on Eddie Dennis because they're not allowed to put it on David Starr and they can't keep it on Walter.
Sure. So go back to when Will Ospreay was a face coming up against heel Jimmy Havoc, okay? The visceral, guttural reaction, the emotion in that venue, compared to when they turned Ospreay heel somehow and turned Jimmy Havoc the face against Ospreay and got that same level of evocative emotion and such compared to this match. It's completely non-comparable.
And as you said, this is the problem, going back to your question, where everyone was so happy for Eddie Dennis when he got his NXT contract and when he was doing stuff with Pro Wrestling Chaos, and then he got hurt, and then the poor lad got hurt again, and as we've seen again now when he had to drop the Progress title after this show because he's hurt. Everyone just wants him to do well. They will him to have his opportunity because he is such a nice guy. And as you said, I get the feeling that a lot of the fans are booing through because they want him to succeed as a heel, but don't necessarily believe him and Mark Andrews as this dastardly heel duo.
Yeah, it's tricky when they've spent their whole careers up until this point almost being the most lovable people in the company, you know?
And again, it's silly now being able to look at it and it's a fault of mine when you get to meet people, get to interact with people. But even Mark Andrews at the Brixton show we went to, coming out to the fans before the show, it's like, he's a nice guy, and I struggle to see Mark Andrews as a heel, similar to how I struggle to see Eddie Dennis as a heel.
Sure, yeah.
Or a world champion, regrettably.
So, I mean, moving on a little bit, because I want to get through this. I don't want to be that guy again, but the fans are not cheering in context at all. There's a moment that I've noted down here to kind of demonstrate this. The fans start a chant, right, about OJMO. The OGMO starts to make his comeback because he's been beaten down by Eddie up until this point. The fans are still doing the same chant. Eddie lets OJM get a few shots in, but then cuts him off. The fans are still doing the same chant. Eddie does some moves, then gets the chant slowly tapers out into nothing, and the fans have missed the spot. All the evocative emotion from that moment is gone, and the fans shit all over what the guys were trying to achieve in the ring.
It certainly ruined the flow, didn't it?
Yeah, it's when you've not really got them in your back pocket already. Shit like this, I just lose interest so quickly.
But from a storytelling,
I really wanted to enjoy this, man. I just didn't, unfortunately.
But from a storytelling standpoint, where Progress got a lot of criticism when they put the belt on Eddie Dennis.
I think that's fair, yeah.
But from a storyline standpoint, to have him go against the OJMO, who is so popular with the Progress fans, who's so popular in British wrestling at the moment, and to be essentially many times in this match, if you were ignoring the crowd, you thought, oh my God, the OJMO might actually beat him.
Yeah,
and
I wish you could turn the crowd noise off and keep the commentary, you know.
But watching that and trying to block them out as best you can, the story the two guys were telling in the ring was really good. They're so close to beating the champion. And
maybe I've just got really, really used to seeing no fan shows and like hearing fans again. I'm instantly just like, oh fuck, this is terrible.
There's no denying that I quite enjoy Raw and SmackDown at the moment.
Yeah, no, I would listen to annoying fans and stuff. It's great, isn't it? Anyway, this is terrible. Anyway, so they do a Razor's Edge into a Rana spot. The cameras miss the impact because, Progress production. OJMO does a Fosbury flop to the top, over the top rope to the outside. OJMO needs a murder clown because Eddie Dennis completely fucking drops him. So Dennis does the border toss.
Can he do that, Joey?
Yeah. It's like, it's a bit dangerous, isn't it? I wouldn't want to take that. Anyway, so, oh, God. These are notes after notes of me shitting on Eddie Dennis. And I don't want to because he seems like a lovely bloke. But,
let's just go to the finish then.
Okay, let me put in this one question to you. Does he know any other moves apart from forearms?
Doesn't need it.
He fucking does. So, False finish, false finish, false finish, false finish, false finish. Again and again and again and again. Destroyer jumping off the second rope. Lariat, blah, 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 blah. Next up, driver by Eddie Dennis. And still champion Eddie Dennis. I like OJMO. He's great, isn't he?
And that's the interval.
Was it? I don't think it was, because I thought it was as well. But then I've noted down the interval was actually later, because Jim comes back and says it was the interval.
No, because that's the last bit, and then after the interval, Ginny kicks off. That's the next part of my notes, unless I missed something.
I think... Oh, whatever. Let's move on. So, a super duper high quality ad. Can I even call it an ad? For an upcoming progress dates are displayed. It's literally text on the screen. Wow, Briley. Wow. Look at the quality of that production.
Look,
I'm
if you
such a
pay,
cunt.
if you pay for PowerPoint, you want to use
He
PowerPoint.
used Word. He didn't even use PowerPoint. It would have been animated if he used PowerPoint. Fucking amateurs. So, Jim back in the ring, talking McTalkie face. I really used to love Progress. Jim puts over the other lads. Tax, what is a carriage clock?
A carriage clock is
You're
a
middle
small clock. Is a small clock in, let's say, cuboid form with a handle to carry around.
Big words. I like it.
A cuboid. And that's even the wrong word because it wasn't a cuboid.
I don't think it was because it wasn't a perfect cube. I don't
No.
know. Is it a cuboid? Does that have to be symmetrical? Who knows? Welcome to the World of Wrestling podcast. My name's Rich.
We need to get Fentos on here for geometric shapes.
Oh, God. He'd be an interesting interview, I think. He seems like a intriguing chap. An
Well, you
enigma,
never know.
if you will.
He could be Quiz Cup bound. You never know.
I'm planning something for that, by the way. I'll maybe talk about it at the end of the pod. So, blah, blah, blah. Jim puts everyone over and says that, like, progress won't change when I leave. I'm just fucking off out the doors and progress will be great, won't it? So Ginny is here. Yay! I didn't realise she was the Progress Women's Champ. This is pretty cool. I love Ginny. She's awesome.
Yeah, but face Ginny.
Yeah, shit, innit?
I don't like face Ginny. I mean, I love Ginny in general, but face Ginny just doesn't work for me.
What's the logic? Why would you turn your best heel face? This is like watching The Miz trying to be a face. It doesn't make any fucking sense.
Although she did call out people in the crowd, which I enjoyed. So
Yeah,
face
I
Ginny
mean-
works.
Well, the other note I've got is some of these fans are utter cunts because they chant shit at her as she's trying to cut her promo, and she's just like, "Yeah, cool," and then just carries on like, "Yeah, fucking A, Ginny, you're a legend." Let's move on. So
But basically, Ginny's promo was saying that she would have fought Toni Storm had she not been unwell, and that now she's
that
the
would've
reason
been
why
so
women's
good.
wrestling is so good is because she's back being Progress Women's Champion, and the women are going to be the focus of Progress in 2020. Little did we know someone would eat a fucking bat somewhere, and we'd all be fucked.
there we go.
Allegedly.
So I have one note here. I wonder if more people watch Progress than NXT UK.
Oh, because they're never going to release the network numbers, are they, to see what the viewership on the network is?
Uh-huh. Does anyone watch NXT UK? I know people watch Progress.
I certainly have watched more Progress Wrestling than I have NXT UK.
Yeah, this is not something everyone talks about. I swear, Progress is a bigger product than NXT UK.
I don't know how much, and again, I don't want to delve too much into your context and what you know now, because obviously that's not the whole purpose of this. But my thought process, because I saw a lot of chatter about is NXT UK going to be affected by these layoffs, and I speculated that the contracts are so slightly different based on how everyone is paid and how it's all handled. So I assume that their contracts are very much appearance based rather than here's your downside guarantee, etc. And we can cut costs by eliminating NXT UK. But if there is a buyout, I'm pretty sure NXT UK will be dead in the water.
I know absolutely bugger all about that, and that's not me just kayfabing or whatever. It's not a discussion I've had with anyone at any point. I haven't heard anything around the office or whatever. I'm not in the office anymore because obviously, we're all at home. But
Yeah.
if I hear anything that I can talk about, I will. But even if I could, at this point, I wouldn't because I can't. That makes no sense. But anyway, I wonder. Sorry, let's carry on. So Chris Roberts, yay!
Boo.
So our Proteus champ, Paul Robinson, comes out with his Proteus Championship belt. Sorry, I had to be sick a little bit every time I think about that belt. It's fucking ugly. Jesus Christ.
Good thing they got rid of that lovely looking Atlas Championship belt.
Yeah, I mean, who wants big lads wrestling? You know, that didn't get progress over at all, did it? No, let's have this dumb, stupid belt instead. It's just a hardcore belt, basically.
How dare you? That the holder can pick whatever type of match they want to wrestle with it.
Yeah, great. Yeah. Well, why don't they just pick a match where they win every time? The match where I win. You know, the
This is
match
why
where the other person's disqualified if they touch you. I mean, it's so fucking dumb, the whole thing.
You should never go near creative. You're supposed to suspend disbelief.
Mate, disbelief has to have logic behind it, but anyway. So Paul slaps a fan on his way to the ring. Lovely human being, isn't he?
He's been listening to the crowd backstage.
I fucking love Robbo. He's the best. So he slaps one fan. He's put the finger up to him. He shoves another who tries to stand up to confront him. I'm like, what a cunt. He's the best. You shouldn't be allowed to get away with this shit. Like, genuinely, he's assaulting fans at ringside.
I'll always remember the story that he told about chasing the man down after hitting his car when we were at Wembley. Then went up and took his kid from McDonald's for the money he took from his wallet.
Oh, it's fucking great. What a legend. Pro wrestling needs people like Paul Robinson, you know?
But this is the other problem I've got with this. Robbo is supposed to be a dastardly heel. He's over as a face.
Yeah, I mean, again, pretty much everyone in this match is a face. So we've got Paul Robinson, we've got Connor Mills, who's really, really good as well. Got a lot of potential, needs a gimmick. Mark Haskins returning from ROH time with Vicky
Which means
Haskins
Vicky
in tow.
Haskins is there.
God damn. So versus Cara Noir. This gimmick is fucking over. My God, this entrance.
Good old Black Swan.
It's so good. It's so different.
I really enjoyed one of the... I think it was his match. He was wrestling Sue Young, and he did like the bird feeding the other bird gimmick. It was the most disgusting thing I've seen, but it was hilarious.
Yeah, that's filth. That was Riptide, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So with everything Cara Noir has and is, like, probably the most unique pro wrestling gimmick currently that isn't like comedy or stupid or whatever, you know. I think that's fair to say.
Yes, definitely.
Do we not think that he could have some more spectacular tights, maybe?
Would defeat the object of the Black Swan gimmick. It's
Okay.
Brechtian. It's supposed to be minimalistic.
Ah, okay.
Outside
Yeah,
of the
I get
feathers.
it. Sure, yeah. I don't know. I feel that like he's such an outlandish kind of personality that the black tights just feel like a little plain almost, you know?
But that adds to the outlandishness of the personality. You're focusing more on him as a character rather than what he's wearing. Because some wrestlers, Rich, would
Interesting.
you believe it, have to cover up their inability in ring with gimmicks and paraphernalia.
Don't know what you're talking about. So, it's a non-title four-way match. Overkill, Mark Haskins. Are we going to talk about the word overkill and what it actually means?
No.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm not sure we really should. So, okay, I'm going to do it. So the fans chant, Cara, Cara, Cara fucking Noir. Those words do not fit that melody. Stop fucking doing that. Some dickbags are constantly chanting, "This is Haskins." And no
Yep.
one's joining in with them, but they don't fucking stop chanting. What's wrong with these people?
The only thing I can imagine that he was trying to drive the ire of Vicky Haskins to maybe hit him, and he was into it.
Yeah. The S&M shit, you know, yeah.
Because I'd do it.
And then, yeah, fucking A. So the last thing is the na 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 na. I apologise for singing that melody on my own podcast because let's just all agree to retire that chant. Yeah.
I mean, who could you sing it for? Cara Noir. Connor Mills.
It's so shit. There's so many different melodies you can do, and they do that constantly. Right, so the match. We get a 4-way lock-up and off we go. Hopefully the fans don't shit all over this. I can't help it. I can't stop mentioning them. Cara goes to kiss Robbo at one point, but Robbo bites Cara's lip. It was so good. This is
So
perfect.
beautiful.
Yeah. I will quickly run through the spot. So Cara goes to kiss Robbo, blah, blah, blah. Robbo is a nasty bastard and deserves the world. He's so fucking good in this match. Haskins bleeding from the head early on. Robbo and Haskins stiff each other for our amusement. Haskins lobs a chair at Robbo, who no-sells it and bleeds profusely from the top of his head where it landed.
Safety.
Yeah, lots of unprotected chair shots in this, which made me feel a bit uncomfortable.
Wasn't good.
Not as much as the main event, but still, there was a few here.
I refuse to acknowledge the main event was a match.
We'll get there. So, Robbo is now bleeding out the top of his head. Shenanigans all over the shop in this 4-way, as you might expect. Do you want to talk about the Robbo, Vicky, Mark Haskins spots here?
The only thing I've got notes down for my Vicky Haskins spots was where Vicky was in the ring while Haskins had his finishing submission on in the center of the ring and just basically beating people about with a baseball bat.
Like, you know the bit where the Japanese tag or whatever will stand off and stop the other guys getting in the ring? Vicky Haskins is doing that, even though she's not in the match, but with a baseball bat. It's fucking great. Genuinely.
Highlight of the match for me.
Very smart. Really, really good because it's no DQ because it's a 4-way, obviously. But they do the whole Vicky getting in the ring, confronting Robbo, then Robbo kind of shoves her face, I think, at one point, and it eventually leads to Robbo sending Mark into Vicky to spear her. And she takes a hell of a bump, to be fair to her.
She does.
Yeah, that's great.
But you can tell how Haskins' character's evolved by being in ROH and having his feud with Bubba Ray. That's really helped him out.
I mean, I'm not a big fan, to be totally honest, of Haskins, but I don't hate him at all. I appreciate what he's done. Appreciate the career he's had. He's got some cool new tights. That was good.
Yeah, Cara Noir didn't need tights.
There we go. So, more shenanigans as the match comes to a finish. Cara Noir hits the Trapper Keeper package pile driver onto Connor Mills for the 1-2-3.
And you knew it was going to be Mills to eat the pinfall, didn't you, out of all of that?
In terms of like booking a strong style card where, you know, the young boy always loses to the up and comer or whatever, like, the star, then this is a bit predictable. Yeah. For the 1-2-3 and your winner, Cara Noir. So Robbo and Cara Noir after the match applaud each other. Robbo's up on the entranceway, Cara Noir's in the ring, hopefully leading to something down the line for these two.
Another title unification match.
Wait, Cara Noir, because he's the champ now, isn't he?
He is, yeah.
Okay. And Robbo is obviously still the Proteus champ. Oh my god, if that means getting rid of the Proteus belt, then I'm all for it. Fine, let's do it. So, Mills and Noir shake hands, boo. Haskins and Cara Noir shake hands,
boo.
Refuse to shake hands, sorry, but then hug, boo. Fun match. At least I cared a bit more about this match than the last one. That's all I've written down here.
Yeah, I'd started, unfortunately, because we're now 3 hours into this card, and we've still got 2 matches left. And at this stage, because I watched this all in two fell swoops, I was reaching fatigue at this stage.
Sure. So Jim intros the next match, which is Mustache Mountain making their return. Yay.
Yeah.
Huge pop. Tyler Bate really likes his own entrance music. Genuinely chuffed to bits to see these guys. Really, really happy. Their opponents are going to be Dan Maloney. Yeah, fair enough. Up and comer on the UK scene, from the Birmingham scene as well. So it makes sense. He's going to be wrestling Mustache Mountain. And his partner, there is a huge pop. Oh, fuck. They dubbed over the Hatebreed music. Here's Rampage Brown.
Oh, I can't believe they dubbed it over.
You can understand why, because copyright and money and all that sort of bullshit, but...
Look, it doesn't exist in Mexico. Why does it exist here?
Sure, it sucks, doesn't it? Because Rampage's entrance to the "Now is the time" it's just the best thing ever, and this music they chose to dub it over with was just loud and shit.
And didn't fit the crowd still chanting along with it.
Yeah, it's a bit weird, isn't it? It's a shame, but we all understand why. So, Glenn Joseph reminds us that Trent retired. Doug Williams with a crossbody. And I'm sorry I said that and reminded our lovely listening audience, because that is not a thing anyone should ever have to think about.
Especially as Rampage kicked out at 2 on it in this match.
Again, this match is all well and good, but it's face versus face. It's just, no one cares, really.
Well, the Maloney and Rampage are supposed to be the heels. It's just Rampage is so flipping over, it did not work.
It's Rampage Brand in progress. That's not going to fucking work. Yeah. One bit I put here was that, you know what would have been quite good is Bait versus Rampage.
Ooh. Very nice.
It's just, it would work. I mean, honestly, you could, I like Rampage, don't get me wrong. You could take Tyler Bate and put him in the ring with anyone. He'd probably give you a 4 or 5 star match.
Would you say, on the subject of Tyler Bate, and obviously being mindful of time, is one of the best in-ring in the world at this moment in time?
100%. He's so young. He's like 20. It's fucking ridiculous how good he is.
As I said, I wish I just looked like Tyler Bates, like left finger.
Sure. You know the thing I messaged you about like a couple of weeks ago that we can't talk about? Yeah, that. Yeah, totally would.
Incredible.
So, don't worry. That's going to sound really weird. Someone doesn't know what we're talking about, which is everyone. So there we go. So Maloney kicks out of the Tiger Driver 97. Boo. Lariat Dragon Suplex combo. Maloney keeps kicking out. They're obviously trying to get their boy over, you know. Big, strong power moves throughout the end of this match. Many pile driver. Back fist by 7. Knee strike, burning hammer combo by Mustache Mountain for the 1, 2, 3. And your winner's a Mustache Mountain. That was a match.
I enjoyed it. I think it's more because I was invested in all 4 of these people in here, considering that Rampage had one of my favourite Progress matches against Kofi. Coffee.
I say what?
When Rampage and Kofi Kingston battled for the 5th place in the New Day.
That'd be a great match, to be fair.
I thought you were about to say it'd be great to see Rampage in the New Day.
Can you imagine like Kofi Kingston on the indie circuit? I think he'd be fucking great, man. He's a good storyteller.
Kofi on the indies would be amazing. It'd be money.
Yeah, sure, man. I mean, he's money anywhere. Vince knew how to book him, but whatever. Let's carry on.
He did, and he set it all up just so Cain Velasquez could come.
Did he, Tax? Did he? Did he indeed?
And he was the ultimate foil for Cain Velasquez, who's done so much of his contract. Other than take a photograph of Ronda Rousey at WWE HQ and make Vince absolutely fucking livid.
Sarcasm. So, Jim Smallman does his final match introduction for Progress. And I genuinely... He breathes over it. He breezes over it really quickly. He just does his job, gets to the match, because he doesn't want to lose it at this point, obviously. Jim's fucking great, ain't he? Him losing Progress losing Jim Smallman is a big thing. I like Matt Richards. I like a lot of what Progress is. For me, Jim Smallman is Progress.
Yeah, that's why I think having this time away is going to be good, because it's essentially going to come back as a new breed of professional wrestling under the Progress banner. So they've got the benefit of already having the fan base, but hopefully the product's going to go in a different direction to give us something new to revitalize what we loved in that promotion.
Sure. I think Cara Noir with the belt as well was a very good move.
But before we get into our main event, as we were saying, Jim's doing his final ring introduction here. Do you think it's impossible for fans who are a big fan of Progress and Progress's ethos to ever be as immersed in the product, knowing full well that it is in the back pocket of big corporate America?
Oh, wow, that's an interesting one. That's not what I thought you were going to ask me. I'll get on to what I thought you were going to ask me in a second. But honestly, this is not from a Wrestle Talk Insider perspective or anything like that. This is just my opinion. I can't see NXT UK surviving.
No chance.
I don't know how it does make any sort of financial sense. Unless they're just taking the hit on the finances, and they get that down to like a write-offable amount every year, that it's not an issue if they lose the money, and the talent coming through are going to make them enough money in terms of they're going to have these amazing stars coming through from the British scene, which they know they can mold and stuff in their style they want. Maybe it will survive, but just as its own venture,
The only thing I can think of, so let's look at the NXT UK / Progress roster at the moment, and the main people you want to keep on that is going to be Pete Dunne, Trent Seven because he's there, Tyler Bate, and maybe 2 or 3 others who are going to be on full-term contracts. Maybe a Ginny, Tony Storm possibly,
Volta.
and Volta, who's going to be more NXT bound rather than NXT UK after he's done his bit with Balor. But other than those guys, so let's say best will in the world, WWE have them on a guaranteed contract of 20 grand a year, and then they can go and work select indie dates.
That's a couple $100,000 a year just for your main talent, you know.
But that's what I'm saying. So if they've got those guys on just that contract and everyone else is on a pay-per appearance sort of jobby, if they do go and, I mean, again, the numbers haven't been overly positive for NXT UK as a touring brand, but if you think you've only got to cover your main talent wages in 2 or 3 tapings, because let's say they do 4,000 tickets at 20 quid a ticket, you've got £80,000 there. So I know you've obviously got to factor in all the other expenses, but then you've potentially paid off 4 of your 6 big contracted stars in one show. So potentially, it may pay for those contracts, and then dependent on the gate, depends on who gets booked as the enhancements. Because NXT UK, I assume the Gallus boys are probably full-time as well from a contract standpoint, but I can't imagine they'd be earning Pete Dunne, Tyler Bate money, and Pete Dunne's going to be NXT contract anyway, isn't he? Because he's with Matt Riddle.
Who's awesome. This is the problem with NXT UK straight from the bat, was that the very top guys, you're already thinking about where they're going to be going, not that they're the top guys for NXT UK, you know?
Yeah.
So you have that constant dichotomy of just like, oh, I don't know whether I should leave or whether I should stay or whatever it is, and do you book them as the top talent, and do you have Volta have a massive run when we all know Volta on the main card could be the guy against guys like Brock and Drew and whoever, you know, like Roman Reigns and shit.
All I'd say from an NXT UK standpoint is that it won't be profitable, but I don't think it's going to hemorrhage money because they've already paid for their lease on their UK warehouse. All the guys are there and exclusive, and one would also speculate if you're going to go for old Carney style wrestling booking, if they're going to be working dates for people, then these boys are going to be having to give a cut to the E.
Sure. When's the last time you saw a bit of news, watched an episode, heard about a push or a change or anything like that with NXT UK?
After the second tournament?
I mean, I work in full-time pro wrestling. I haven't heard fucking anything about it. It's weird.
I hope, for the sake of the talent who are involved in this project, that once everyone's live events and live entertainment can happen again, that they do start as a touring brand. But I do wonder how long it's going to be in the UK before we're going to be allowed to have these gatherings such. And I think by that time, obviously everyone's going to be very keen to go out and see sporting events, but I just wonder if they'll just quietly dissolve it.
You know what's the solution here? WWE Progress. Just mold the two. Just have them do Progress as they do it. Just call it WWE Progress.
I don't think so, because WWE need content, and that's the thing for the network, which is why I think it will still continue if they can, if it's not hemorrhaging too much money, because they just need content for that network. But they've even got the problem now that the BT deal, where they originally were showing NXT the day after on the network, now in the UK you get NXT 1 week later rather than the day later because of the deal they've got with BT to show it in the UK.
Oh, that's fucking shit, isn't it? Yeah, I remember seeing that.
So now if you're a UK subscriber to the network, you're getting Raw and SmackDown 5-6 weeks behind. You're getting NXT US a week behind. And so your only original content is 205 Live that no one watches and NXT UK that no one watches.
Yeah. It's weird in that I want Progress to be what I remember it being, but I think we've gone beyond that now, and I think fuck it, just fully sell out, you know, like I'd pack it in, to be honest, and just do NXT stuff.
But this is the thing, I don't consider again, and unfortunately, because I look at it from a business standpoint, taking investment and taking money to hopefully be able to have a better product is not selling out. Yes, it's got punk rock roots, but fucking hell, The Offspring, when they released Americana, everyone's like, oh, they've sold out. It's like, well...
Dude, there's a big difference between, like, you know, signing to a major record label and still being the same band and not booking the guy who should be champion because someone else tells you not to.
Yeah, but I mean, come on. Let's look at Americana and let's look back at previous Offspring albums. They're not the same, and that's what we're getting with Progress now.
Don't know about that one, but okay, let's move on.
How dare you? Ixnay and Smashed are head and shoulders above Americana.
Yeah, sure. Because la 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 is so punk rock, in it, yeah. So Davey Starr is here, boys. Yeah, Davey fucking Starr. I could chant too, motherfuckers.
He's certainly a man who doesn't have low self-esteem.
I fucking adore this man. I don't necessarily think all his politics are right, whatever. I'm pretty lefty, we all know this, but like, I think maybe he's a bit too far sometimes, and it becomes not a conversation anymore with the way he talks about politics and stuff. I like a conversation, you know.
I like David Starr wrestler. I
Yeah.
don't like David Starr businessman or person.
As a wrestler, I think him, Tyler Bate, Bryan Danielson, maybe like Okada, people like that, like in that category, I think he's that good.
Wow.
I really do. I've seen so many matches. I remember the first time seeing him and just being like, holy fucking shit, there's a guy to remember.
I enjoyed him when we went to the Rev Pro / New Japan show at Milton Keynes when he was there. And I've always enjoyed his in-ring work, even to this match where it's a hardcore match. So he's not wearing his trunks. He's wearing what can I describe as the best coloured trousers.
Red jeans, yeah.
Red jeans and a wife beater.
Yeah, because his CZW roots, you know, he could do death matches.
Yeah,
we're
exactly.
spoiling this shit here, but it is good. So, generic music hits after Davey's done his entrance, wearing a Bernie shirt, by the way. Well, America, you know. That's a shame that didn't work out. Fucking Joe Biden. Okay, anyway. So, generic metal music hits, and there's a huge pop from the crowd. I'm like, what? Wait, what's going on? And then
Snitsky's here.
They've obviously dubbed over someone's music, and I immediately realised, oh, it's Jimmy Havoc, because the lights are red, and there's a very long introduction on this evidently AFI song.
Are you suggesting Havoc has AFI as an entrance? I didn't know he liked that band.
So, I mean, it does the long-ass intro, and we hear this very, very generic metal music. And yay, it's Jimmy Havoc. Awesome. It's again, we understand why they've done this, but it does spoil it. There's weapons set up all over the ring. It's time for your main event of the evening. It is announced as a death match of Davey Starr versus Jimmy fucking Havoc.
Tex Williams instantly cancels Demand Progress subscription.
I wondered whether you actually even watched this, because I know it's not your thing at all.
I did watch it because we I'm a professional. We cover it for the podcast. It doesn't mean that I thought any of it had any worthwhile other than Davey Starr's lovely red trousers.
Okay. So let's fire through the match. So Davey
you call it a match.
Davey has a few extra nicknames to start that I marked out for. Should be the champ. He's really fucking over. This seems to be his last match of Progress because, you know, WWE sellouts. Grabs a staple gun out of a bin and off we go. Davey blades within seconds of the match starting. He's really fucking into this hardcore shit, isn't he?
Yeah.
Self-harm. So Jimmy staples Davey's shirt to his back and genuinely got a out of me when Davey tries to yank the shirt away and the staples won't let the shirt go from his back. I was like,
it's a good thing he's got a mate in the ring to help.
Yeah, because Jimmy then comes and just whips it off and you're like, oh, it's genuinely gross. That's horrible. I don't like that at all.
Well, in fairness, it's the same thing as like when you're trying to take a plaster off. It hurts when you do it, but if you get a mate to rip it off, it's fine.
Plaster, staples in my back. I think I know which one I would take, but it's what it is.
Don't know, I'm pretty hairy.
So, very, very unprotected shots with weapons make me feel uncomfortable.
Does his union cover that, Joey?
Indeed. So, let's just fly through it. Fuck it. So chairs, skewers. Jimmy isn't having any of it. Drawing pins, thumbtacks, dumped on a chair by Jimmy. The bunch of following spots, it includes Davey sitting in the thumbtacks, drawing pins, whatever. A set-up chair breaks apart as Davey slams Jimmy into it. Quite a scary spot.
All perfectly safe and legitimate professional wrestling.
Yeah, I thought he'd stabbed himself with a chair at one point. It was not very nice.
Anywhere, and I know it's done in there, like you've covered it in the spots, but just the two of them being invited to sit down and just stab skewers into each other's heads. It's like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, it's not for me. Horrible things with drawing pins, wooden skewers in the head. Pile driver from the hardest part of the ring to the floor through a table. Actually quite safely done, to be fair, considering what I just described.
Yeah, someone had invested in a breakaway table.
Yeah, actually worked. Well, let's talk about the end in a second. So I just accidentally fucking went to the beginning of my notes. Right, 1 second, blah, 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 blah. They have this whole thing where they've discovered that they can set up chairs like normally, but then turn them 90 degrees onto their side and slam each other onto them, and the chairs don't give way. And I'm like, it's horrible to see. I understand the drama of it, but it kind of, there's no illusion here. You're just fucking hurting each other.
Yeah, this is the whole thing. Similar, I know a couple of the SCPW roster have recently found Invisible Man versus Invisible Stan, so I've encouraged them to go and watch episode 41 where he covered that show.
GCW just put that up live for free
Yeah.
on YouTube. That's why. Yeah, I thought I'd mention it in case we want to go see it, because it is one of the greatest matches of all time.
It's our favourite match of the year and our polls and our awards.
Yeah, thank you, Bryce. You're a legend.
It's just, Jesus Christ. It's just... once you've seen, deathmatch wrestling is a skill, and fair play to everyone who does it, because it is an art form.
Yeah, sure. Sorry.
Well, no, it's an art form. It's
I could see you saying that through gritted teeth as you're saying it as well. I was laughing because
this
you
is the
hate
thing.
this shit.
It's not for me, but the people who do it, who put themselves and their bodies in great jeopardy to entertain people, you know, it's a skill and it's an art form to be able to do it, and to be able to have that level of creativity and that level of violence to be able to do it. I've always said since day one of this pod that this is not my cup of tea, and like Havoc and Clint Margera being sort of two of the bigger names I know from BritWres who do really well in these tournaments of death. Mm-hmm. It's great that they do it and they fly the flag for BritWres. And as I said, I've never had any negative interactions with Jimmy Havoc. I've had indifferent reactions with Jimmy Havoc, but everyone else seems to think he's a lovely chap, was what you've said, what other people have said we've spoken to. And the same thing as Clint Margera. He is a lovely guy. But cool. Then to be able to then switch it on to be this level of violence for entertainment purposes, you know, you've got to give props to people for doing it, because people do love deathmatch wrestling, and these guys from the CZW days are two of the very best at what they do. It just isn't for me.
CZW, you're so English. It's brilliant.
That's because I'm British. Z.
So there's literally no story here. It's two dudes just killing each other for the sake of it. It's kind of stupid, silly, but it's what it is.
I think we should just put that on a t-shirt, because that sums up my view of deathmatch wrestling perfectly.
It's really, I've just had enough, and I noticed there was 12 minutes left on this. So thankfully, like, the finish comes almost immediately after I wrote that. So Davey does the whole pouring salt all over himself because he's bleeding, and that's meant to be very painful. Barbed wire board onto a table. Davey falls back onto it from Brett's rope. Double stomp by Havoc off the top. I am the table. The table does not go anywhere. Rainmaker by Havoc, or Acid Rainmaker, I think he calls it. Davey Star lands on the barbed wire board for the 1, 2, 3, and kind of out of nowhere, to be totally frank, Jimmy Havoc wins the match. The two lads do a fist bump post-match, and that's it.
They went to the finish quickly because Havoc was like, my last tube to get to the airport so I can fly back to AEW's leaving soon, so let's just get home.
Yeah, genuinely could have been. Who knows, man? So, do you want to say anything about the match? I think you've said your piece, really, yeah.
I like David Starr as a wrestler.
Yeah, should have put him over Volta. My God, it would have been good. think of the pop. Think of the fucking pop.
I mean, to be completely honest, all I've been thinking about since we started talking about this match is I'm going to go online after we finish. I'm going to buy myself a pair of red jeans.
It's not the 90s anymore, Tax. So Jimmy thanks Jim Smallman post-match. Says thank you for everything he's done for him. Kind of a small touching moment, I guess.
Which, in fairness, to be able to put him on that bigger stage in Brit Rest and to have that much faith in Havoc to let him run the first sections of that Progress run with the Scepter and the feud with Smallman, he owes Jim a lot. Yeah,
absolutely, man. Yep. To me, like, that was what made Progress. It's Marty Scurll's early matches, and then Jimmy Havoc and Will Ospreay with Zack Sabre Jr. kind of on the back burner as well. You know, it's those guys that really made this company. Yeah,
and then the prominence of Dunn, Bate, and Seven was the next big iteration for a push for them.
They kind of kicked over the fence, you know.
Yeah, and now we're just waiting for the next run of talent. Maybe the OJMO will be one of the guys to get that notoriety to help push Progress back into the main event. Cara Noir, you know, but
sure.
we'll get to that when we sum up shortly.
Yep, Ilya Dragunov, Carl Fletcher, etc., etc. Yeah. So Havoc picks up Davey and hugs him. This is Davey saying goodbye to Progress, I think. He just tapped the logo on the ring, walks to the back, and my note says, "So fuck WWE," I guess. Like, this really annoyed me because Davey and Progress seems like a great match, you know.
I mean, again, I will still take this with a pinch of salt because it's all. Yeah, see what I did there?
Yeah.
Because I still believe that if the Progress boys really, really wanted David Starr to wrestle for them, do you honestly think that Vince McMahon gives that much of a shit what 800 people at the ballroom think if Davey Starr's there in comparison to this guy wants a union when we're not going to have a fucking union, so I don't really care what he says. He's hired murderers and rapists. I don't think he cares about some bloke who wants to set up a union.
Sure.
But he
still employs a paedophile, so, you know, let's carry on.
I suspect that a lot of looking at the other side of the David Starr thing is David Starr is refusing to work for Progress because they won't acknowledge equity as a union or something like that based on their share ownership or dealerships or whoever got money in Progress, etc.
Who knows, man. So Davey almost tears up as he's leading up the entranceway. Takes one last...
there goes a good earning.
Yeah, sure, man. I think it's definitely I know we're joking and we're mucking around, but I think there's a real emotional thing here. He has a big attachment to this crowd, and he got a lot from Progress. You know, really helped put him on the map.
Yeah, similar to how we were just saying about Havoc, Progress made David Starr a household name in Brit Rest.
Yeah, I'd say that's true, man. So he takes one last look back at Camden. Real shame this. That it's not going to be a continuation, but it's what it is.
At least he can still wrestle in WXW. Oh, wait.
Yeah, fucking A. He can still wrestle for OTT, though, can't he?
Yes.
Good lads. Let's just start watching OTT, everyone. They seem to be doing good stuff at the moment. So Jim Smallman gives his final speech of Progress. Jim puts over Progress in the British scene. Jim Smallman tells us he's going to go stand on that stage and say goodbye one last time. Why is there a graphic telling me not to copy this shit as it fades to black? Really, Briley? Like, Jim literally spends his whole speech going, I'm going to go walk up to this stage and I'm going to say goodbye one last time. He says it 5 or 6 times in this speech. And he goes to do it, and Briley fucking cuts the video.
Yeah, but do you think that was more of a Jim request rather than anything else?
I would have done to go fuck himself. I'm like, no, we're immortalising this moment. This is 100 shows. You can't cut away from this moment for the fans that couldn't get a fucking ticket.
No, I think when I saw that and it cut and it started rolling their very budget credits, I just thought to myself, well, that's going to be a Jim request because he's always been about the wrestling. It's not about him. So to end Chapter 100 going off the air with him hugging Glenn and John...
Why is he giving the speech then?
Because they need to have closure.
But not enough closure is what you're saying.
Well, and again, let it be for the fans who are in attendance. Get quicker at pressing refresh.
So, yeah, that's fucking dumb. So, this show was a slog.
I've come out of it slightly different to that.
Because I used to love Progress, and this was terrible.
Progress, as we've touched on, is starting to show signs of having some talent that, if booked correctly, they can start having compelling storylines and compelling feuds. You've got a Cara Noir, you've got Kyle Fletcher. If they've now got Rampage back, just to be that Hoss veteran guy to help people like the OJMO coming through. If they let Mark Andrews have another run, and yes, I know Mark Andrews isn't everyone's cup of tea as a main eventer, but he's a good hand to have in that main event scene. If they can start building around 4 or 5 core wrestlers who don't go off to have NXT contracts, who still have the ability to move around freely on Brit Wrestling across Europe and across the world, then there is a good chance that in the next 12 to 18 months, Progress is going to turn a corner and push on. The only downside, and this isn't a WWE has killed Brit Rest, because it hasn't, because it's created opportunities for people like Cara Noir and the OJMO and Kyle Fletcher to now be in these positions to be main eventing companies like Progress. It's just they need to make sure that they know their long-term booking, and ideally, if they can, get these talents to commit to 6 to 12 months worth of story and maybe use more from Knuckle Blocks. You know, they've got a fantastic training school down the road from where they hold the shows, and I know they have these guys on the pre-show, but let's start using these guys more, who therefore have that loyalty to Progress, to essentially blood, sweat and tears for Progress. And I just hope that they now have, with a new pair of eyes on the product in those creator meetings, provided they give people like Matt Richards a fair crack of the whip to let his ideas play out as well, to then have a bit more of a support network for those guys, and to be full-time Progress, not part-time juggling stuff with NXT UK. It's going to take a while to build it back up. I'd say 12 to 18 months from when we get back to having wrestling shows, that's when we're going to start seeing, hopefully, a more engaging Progress product. This show was fun, but the problem is, for me, as I said, the comedy matches were good fun. The gimmicky bits were good fun. But I knew when we were going to watch unboxing, we wouldn't have any compelling storylines, because purely based on the type of show that it was.
Yeah, so like you were talking about, hopefully they'll turn a corner, and, you know, once we'll get back in the swing of things, like they'll have a new crop of guys. Like, we should have said that when Pete Dunne dropped the belt. We should have said that when Travis dropped the belt. You know, like you're talking Jack Sexsmith, he should have had it. Volta had a really good run, but what did they do with it? They put Eddie Dennis over, who has done fucking nothing. You know, it's just over and over and over again they've let me down. And I don't want them to. I was a dedicated Progress fan for a long time. Signed up the subscription service. I would try and buy tickets all the time. I've been to a whole bunch of their shows. I've had some amazing times with Progress. And I don't want this to be like, I hate Progress, because I genuinely have loved many, many of their shows. We've had great times at their shows. Even the shows that I haven't enjoyed so much, like the last Ali Pali one we went to. We had a good time being there, at least, as hanging out as friends.
That's the thing, wasn't it? It was more the social aspect, Ali Pali, more than the in-ring, and Roberts' Destroyer. Sure.
But it's like a spot show, which, okay, let's just take this for what it is. It's a spot show. We've reviewed 64, 65 pods on this now. How many we've reviewed? I don't know, lots. We've watched a shitload better spot shows than this.
Yeah, I mean, this is the problem, isn't it? You can't liken, unfortunately, a wrestling promotion to a football club you support, that when it goes through the down times, it's shit, but you've got to stick with it. Because luckily with pro wrestling, you can chop and change.
There's a lot of it out there.
At the moment, if you were like a vain human being, Progress would be like your girlfriend who's got fat and you've dumped her, but you'll take her back when she gets hot again.
Yeah, I guess I'm a vain cunt then. I honestly would have rather watched an episode of SmackDown or something. At least the production would have been watchable.
Oh, crikey. But, you know, I said, trying to take the positives. Cara Noir with the belt, as long as they keep pushing forward with that, that's going to be very good. The Kyle Fletcher
I agree, yeah.
Evolution's good. And if someone gives Connor Mills a gimmick, man, that kid's going to fly.
Yeah, they've got all the potential in the world. I'm begging you, whoever's making those decisions at Progress, don't fuck it up again, okay?
And we also both completely understand if you never invite us back to any of your media shows now.
Yeah, who cares? I don't need it. So, we're going to rate this show, I guess. Go on, give it some cornflakes.
2.
-5 cornflake. No, I'm joking.
Jesus.
It's like a 1. I'm going to be honest. I just didn't enjoy it. There was one good match. It was the comedy shit, the reverse battle royal. But yeah, I don't know. Okay, I'll give it a 2. Comfortable 2.
But more importantly, let's try and finish this on a positive. For the next 4 weeks, we have an absolute flipping treat.
We've got a whole bunch of stuff good line. I said I was going to talk about something at the end of this pod today. What was it? Do you remember?
I can't remember, but all I know is that
sorry about that.
What we were planning on doing.
For the next few shows.
For the next few shows, so we were going to start looking.
Hold on 1 second, because I expanded this list.
No, I'm still sticking to those 3.
Okay,
I think that
go on. You announce it. Go ahead.
Well, because obviously we love a trilogy here at World of Wrestling Podcast. And we were going to start looking at the Austin Rock trilogy. Now, there have been some absolutely fantastic matches between these two, but I thought it would be really good to look back at their WrestleMania record against each other. So we're going 15, 17, and 19. However, there was one show that both of us really wanted to watch. So we're essentially going to have a prequel to the trilogy.
Which is going to be next week.
Which is next week's episode, where we're going to be watching WWF In Your House Degeneration X.
From 1997. Which is basically the first pay-per-view I watched upon my second set of fandom.
Very nice.
That's one of the reasons I really wanted to watch it. Is I came in just at the end of 97, so beginning of 98. So this was a thing, and I remember watching this show in full. I think I own it on VHS somewhere. But yeah, I was desperate to do that. So we picked the 3 shows. We're gonna do the 3 Manias of Rock Austin, because everyone loves a WrestleMania, right? But yeah, and the DX show first though. So basically, it's like a quadrilogy.
Don't tell Triple H
or Kevin Nash.
Or Vince.
So, I mean, we'll have to recap 1998 Survivor Series, because that's Rock Austin as well. We'll have to recap Backlash 99 and Royal Rumble 2001. But we will do those when we do the Manias that are relevant to those, because, yeah. We're going to have to talk about Rocky is the latter heel as well before WrestleMania 19 that I'm really looking forward to. It's an interesting time.
And what I'm looking forward to, because I think a lot of wrestling fans would agree, WrestleMania 17 to me was one of, if not the best WrestleManias. And I'm really hoping in my heart of hearts that this still holds up today. So it's going to be nice to go and revisit that. And also, who doesn't love seeing a gimmick battle royal?
Yeah, fucking A, man. 15's a bit shit, but 17, 19 are right up there. Should we also talk about the other shows that we're doing after that trilogy, quadrilogy, whatever?
Yeah, far away.
So I don't know how much I've discussed with you though. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then another trilogy.
We've got the list, so far away.
You want me just to go over it? Okay, let's do it. So maybe not in this order. Let's put it that way. So I've got WWF New Year's Revolution 2005.
The last time I marked out as a wrestling fan.
Which is the one from, is it Cuba? Not Cuba. It's a South American country.
It's the one where...
Puerto Rico.
It's the one where Edge cashed in, isn't it?
Well, we'll see when we get to the show, eh? So, Triple A's Invading New York 2019, which is their show from Madison Square Garden, which looks brilliant and hilarious. We're going to do a bit of a trilogy, we think, here. We're going to do PWG's Battle of Los Angeles from maybe this year?
Yes.
Okay, well, the last one. We've then got WWF Canadian Stampede, which I believe is a request.
It is, yep.
Okay, I can't remember by who. I didn't write it down, but whatever, it doesn't matter. And then the last few we've got GCW's Josh Barnett's Bloodsport from 2019, the faux MMA sort of show.
Can't wait.
Should be very interesting. And then we've got 2 trilogies. One of them is our Barry Windham trilogy, which is very unique. Don't think anyone's done that. And then we've got, well, I think everyone would be looking forward to, especially with our listener base, which is, I don't know if I've even spoken to you about doing this. Simply, Brett versus Owen.
It's going to be incredible, isn't it? It's going to be
can't
incredible.
fucking wait. I'm like, let's just get through the next 2 months so we can just get to Brett versus Owen. Because holy shit, maybe that'll be our post-lockdown trilogy that we'll give everyone.
Someone had also suggested to me to be really, really niche. I won't embarrass them. They've asked if at some point we'll be able to do the Meathead Mr. Wicked trilogy.
I mean, we could do a proper our friends indie promotion sort of thing.
I mean, I don't know if I've got all the footage.
I mean, how honest can I be about people we actually know?
I mean, by the time we get round to doing it, we'll either be fully back in the wrestling and then I'll be in the ring so people could beat me up, or we'll still be in lockdown and no business will be able to run again, so I can just live in my house forever.
Well, maybe we won't piss off all up. Maybe we'll do an SCPW show. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, I think that could be quite good fun.
Because I mean, we talk about them on every podcast anyway. So
yeah, let's pick an SCPW show, and we can slate my commentary. Let's pick one where I'm also in ring, so we can slate my in ring ability and my commentary in one show.
Are we bold enough to bring Coach Wicked, who owns the fucking promotion, onto the pod while we review his own show?
I don't think I could take his criticism on the pod. It'd break my tiny heart.
All right, let's leave it there. Thank you, everyone, for listening. This has been a really fun episode. I needed this, man. I've been working my ass off the last few days. Appreciate it.
Yeah. If you enjoyed, if you're a new listener to us, we are positive about some wrestling. Go and find our archive.
I was
at World
positive about this show. What are you talking about?
You can go and find our archive at worldofwrestlingpodcast.com. Best way to interact with us is on Twitter at World of Wrest Pod. We also have a Facebook page, which is facebook.com/World of Wrestling Podcast.
We need to get back to you promoting t-shirts at the beginning of the pod as well, by the way. We've got to do it because people were buying our t-shirts loads and then they just haven't the last few months because we just haven't mentioned it because we're shit.
Well, no, it's not we're shit. It's just, let's be honest, at the moment, people need money for other things. I don't want to shill
that too, yeah, sure.
I don't want to shill shit that people don't necessarily need. If you've got a bit of spare money, like what we do, you can head over to amazon.co.uk, search World of Wrestling Podcast, and buy yourself a lovely World of Wrestling Podcast t-shirt.
Yeah, don't currently though. Go support your favourite indie wrestler. Go buy their t-shirt. Go buy a Murder Clown t-shirt. He's our favourite wrestler.
Go and buy a Tex Williams t-shirt because, I need money.
Thank you, everyone. Love you lots. Hope you're all doing okay in this crappy isolation bullshit.
And don't forget, you can find him at Fanboy Rich on Twitter and me at the Tex Williams on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. But best place to interact is on the Twitter machine.
Yep, World of Wrest Pod. Give us a shout there. Right, take care, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.